Hello, welcome back. Riding cars. It's a nice sunny drive down a gravel road. And I say nice because there's no dust. It rained this morning, actually. I made a video of long-term review for the Hornet, the technology stuff, and it was the second video, never mind, and I had to delete it. There is so much to go over with that stuff, and I just deleted it. I had to write it down so that I have something to reference when I'm talking, because both videos ended up like half an hour, and I don't know. I didn't, the stuff, and then I was forgetting things that I knew I wanted to talk about. But that aside, gravel roads. I've worked rural before, and I've lived rural before, so gravel roads are, fairly common for me. I was actually surprised when I was up living on the island that there were no gravel roads. I was actually really surprised by that. Every road that I drove on, even going into like weird rural places, everything was paved that like the public could go to, right? Although where the job that I had, we did have gravel roads. But I mean, out here in Alberta, people fly down these things at like 80 or 100 kilometers an hour. And I mean, at my old job, it was like 30 kilometers an hour everywhere, so it really didn't matter. But growing up, I found out about gravel roads and how fun they can be. They're dirty and they wreck your car and all sorts of things, of course. But there's nothing like a gravel road where you can get on practice oversteer and understeer. Doing donuts on gravel roads. And the thing is you don't have to have a powerful car or anything like that. I remember doing that kind of stuff when, my little 4-cylinder beater cars. And it's gross in the summertime when it's hot and dry and you get all the dust kicked up and things like that in the cabin. And before there was recirculation in cars, where you could close all the vents and just use the inside air. I remember coming here, just moving here after the island, and everything is gravel roads out here except for the main highway. Me and my dad were driving around looking for places that we could just stand and fish, cast fishing. And or even just places where we could launch a boat, because we don't know the area. So we ended up driving around these lakes, and everything is on gravel roads. And I was like, my Hornet was still pristine. My car was still pristine. It was brand new. I didn't have even any rock chips on the windshield, anything. The car was still beautifully brand new. Even after a year of owning it. It was just, that's how nice the climate was on the island for cars. That goes to show a lot. And one winter here, my car looks like it's been put through the grinder. Rock chips on it and everything. But yeah, I remember getting here and the first gravel road I encountered was like, oh, we have to turn here. Oh, it's a gravel road. And I remember bringing the car to a stop. My dad was in the passenger seat. And I had to make the resignation to go down the gravel road. I was like, oh, it's going to wreck the car. Because even though it's all-wheel drive, you know, it's not a 4x4 rough car, right? It's pretty citified for what it is. And, you know, that's eventually why we ended up with the Cherokee, of course. Because we also brought the Toyota Camry, which was very citified. The car looked like a race car. And it was shiny and it was brand new. But it couldn't even do the gravel roads out here. That thing was parked, basically, until we got the Cherokee. And the Cherokee is much more rugged. It does gravel roads no problem. And I don't mind taking it down gravel roads. It's built for that, right? Like, it's the wheel wells and things. Like, I don't know. Like, everybody out here has those Cherokees with the, you know, even the limited versions that look cityfied. But everybody out here drives these Cherokees, and, you know, they hold up pretty good with these gravel roads and stuff, right? Like, are there, you know, do you like gravel roads or do you hate them? You know, have you ever been driven on one? You know, that's another thing, because a lot of people just grow up in the city and never encounter a gravel road. But yeah, I've had fun on gravel roads. It's the kind of fun you can't have on real roads, or you know, or you have to have high speeds and high power to have on regular roads, on asphalt, right? On gravel roads, you don't need big power, you don't need high speed or anything. Just get out there and do some swervy things, and you kick the back out a little bit. You know, stop at some intersection and pull donuts. You know, and it's fun to do, to try it out. You know, if you want to try your car out, you got a car you don't give too much of a care about, it's good to hit a gravel road if you're in one of those things, because yeah, gravel roads they can be fun. I just thought I'd mention that because it is something that you end up doing as a car owner, I guess, if you like driving and you think driving's fun. You know, so I know some people, their best memories growing up and learning to drive and learning to motorcycle and dirt bike and stuff like that is all on gravel roads. And there's something to be said for them, because, you know, now as a grown-up, even with my Hornet, after I got over the first gravel road thing, when I see the gravel road, it's like, ooh, it's time for rallycross, right? Especially when you get, you know, a twisty gravel road going up and down some hills and things like that, which doesn't happen too much out here in Alberta, but there's a few. And there's nothing like, you know, pretending, I guess. Having fun on gravel roads. I avoid them like the plague usually, but they are good for fun. I mean, if I have to travel on a gravel road just to get from point A to point B for like hours on end, gravel roads are the worst thing in the world to drive on. But if you're out there to have fun, gravel roads are actually the place to be, I think. Tell me what you think in the comments. Just a thought that I had. And I'll see you on the next one.